Oh my goodness. Oh my damn. Oh my goodness. We're going ham. It's time once again for the Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, CW. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure to hit that bell on YouTube and subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcasting app. We're on the road to WrestleMania, folks. It's been a week in wrestling since the last time I recorded. Full disclosure, I record these like a day before or like super early in the morning. So I didn't get to talk about the press conference for WrestleMania where Rock slapped the taste out of Cody's mouth. Cody called his shot at Roman, and it seems like the Bloodline has solidified into having The Rock in it for some reason. Man. Went on to SmackDown where other things happened. I'm blanking on what happened on SmackDown. And last night on Raw, I don't know, man. Seth Rollins cut one of the best promos of his entire career with Cody. It was inspirational. It was motivational. And it was emotional. And it was emotional in a way that you felt like from a professional wrestler's perspective. Not like, some forced nonsense like Nia Jax stuff later on in the day, but more it felt like, all right, this character is taking accountability for, well, first of all, let's back up just a tad. Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes came out, cut a promo on The Rock because The Rock called, his fans crybabies on his road to becoming, the main heel for WrestleMania. And Cody addressed that in his normal Cody fashion. Out pops Seth Rollins and he says, all right, I get why you picked Roman. You got to finish your story. But for everyone here, you have to finish your story. Because if you don't, it's the landscape of, the WWE post WrestleMania is very grim. Because, Roman's going to disappear again. They'll never promote that championship again, and then he'll just keep making money and doing nothing with the belt, whatever. So you have to change that. It felt like it was a layered thing. I don't know what the other layers are. I guess you can interpret it however you want, but there was something there, and it felt legitimate. And then here was my favorite thing: he took credit for the current incarnation of Roman Reigns, which was both, a callback to past storylines and oddly just like self-serving, which I thought was great for the characters. He's like, the only reason Roman is where he is right now, the reason he's become this, megalomaniac with the belt is because of what I did, of, being in the Shield with him and turning on him and kind of creating this monster. It's my fault that he's this guy now, which is both a compliment and a detriment, right? Which I thought was perfect. But Seth did the one thing that I don't think anyone else was going to do. And he called, it's what he did was he called out Cody's plan. He said, what is your plan? Because you did this last year and you didn't have a plan. You just went in there and you fought off insurmountable odds and you lost. The Usos were there, Solo was there, Paul Heyman was there, and you had him dead to rights, and then Solo knocked you down and you lost the title, and you sat in the middle of that ring pouting that you lost at WrestleMania. And now you've gone through the trials, you've won the Rumble second year in a row to get your shot at WrestleMania, with the odds now doubly stacked against you because The Rock is on his side now. So now it's Jimmy, Paul, Solo, and the friggin' Rock and Roman Reigns against you, Solo. What is your plan? And that is exactly what I was thinking. I was like, if they don't address the fact that Cody is doing this all over again, but he hasn't formulated a countermeasure to the Bloodline, it makes him look dumb. He makes it's babyface dumb, where he's like, I'm gonna do it for justice. No, you need a gang. You need a squad. You need your boys to show up and run roughshod around that ring to keep people away from you so you can beat Roman again, right? Seth called him out. He said, you need a plan. I was like, I screamed at the TV. I said, yes, Seth, thank you. Someone asked the question. And that's what made the promo so perfect for me? It's because it was pragmatic, it was thoughtful, and it was a champion looking at a future champion and saying, if this is what you want to do, you have to think. You have to make a plan. You have to be prepared for the odds that are stacked against. It was perfect. It was pitch perfect. And you know what was even weirder? It's a strange thing to come out of Seth Rollins' face to Cody Rhodes, given the character that Seth Rollins is, right? It took him a step up to another babyface level, right? Seth has always been a little bit of a tweener. Like he came out and he was doing the dance, whoa, but he was still kind of like obnoxious. But this made him a more thoughtful champion, right? Where he's like, look, I know we haven't always seen eye to eye, but I believe that you can take this title and make something of it. And, you know, he's trying to bury Roman. And he's like, he's not doing anything with this. I need you to be up here. I need you to take this and then make it worth something again. It was such a fantastic. If you haven't seen the promo, go watch the Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes interaction. It really, Cody just stood there and let that boy cook. And it was perfect. Let him cook. He did his thing. I enjoyed it thoroughly. It was beautiful. At the end of the promo, Seth said, look, I'll be on your side. You don't have to fight this fight alone. And he cut a line that was great. He's like, there's only one person in the company who is, what was the word? Uniquely fit to be your shield. And people popped, boy. They popped. It was good. It was a good line. I mean, if he came up with that on the fly, kudos to him. The man doesn't need a writer. If that was his line, Seth, I give you a lot of crap I don't give you crap because Seth is still great. I gave his booking crap for the way he was defending that championship. But now that he's kind of taken a kind of step back because he can't perform at the moment, his mic work, guys, let's just give that boy some flowers. It was incredible. That line with the Shield, perfect. He left him with the think about it, walked off, left Cody speak. That's the second week in a row. Cody just stood there and got talked at, and it was great. The rest of Raw was fine. Full disclosure, I fell asleep at about 10 o'clock Eastern time, so I missed the last hour or so. Because, boy, man, you know, when you have kids, your kids put a beating on you. And not only did my son get everyone in this house sick, scratch that. Not only did my son's cousin get him sick and then get everyone in our house sick, but it just wore me out. So I missed the end of Raw. But I did read the recap on Cage Side Seats, which is just my go-to for wrestling recaps and news. Check them out. I don't know why I'm giving them free promo, but whatever. It's the internet. You'll find them. And to hear Sami Zayn is, you know, he fought off Nakamura. I have a minute and change left in this podcast. Let me just be very clear. I don't understand what they're doing to Shinsuke Nakamura. But damn it, you're not allowed to give him these dope-ass promos with the subtitles in one of my favorite typefaces, ITC Seraph Gothic. You're not allowed to have him have the best face in wrestling when he cuts a promo. The man's face contorts like no one else I've seen. He gets anime intros. Go back and look at all of Shinsuke Nakamura's promos for the past like 6 months. It's incredible. And then you make him lose all the time. And then when he does win, it's like he has to get help from Drew. That is not building the character. He can't cut all these dope ass promos and then lose. I mean, granted, he did win on Raw, but he can't lose to like Cody after he's like, I'm going to test you and then lose all of it. Please do my boy better. You can't have both. You have to have him cut dope promos and beat people. And if it's not Cody or Sammy clean, you got to beat somebody else. Help me out. Anyway, what did you think of Raw? And what did you think of Seth Rollins' promo? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for listening. And don't you ever forget.
I'm your friend, but if I ever see you in the ring, I can beat you. Don't you know? Yeah, yeah, yeah.